Hi, this is Amy Lewis, Cisco Marketing. We're here with Engineers Unplugged. I've got Nick Howell from NetApp, and I've got Marcus Phipps with Cisco, and we're going to be talking about data protection. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Let's roll.
All right. Thanks, Nick. You mentioned earlier that data protection starts with a snapshot. What do you mean?
Everything in the end begins with, on the NetApp side at least, begins with a snapshot. It's the core base fundamental of almost everything that we do. Any of our applications, any of our technologies all go back to the core of a snapshot. It's the way that it does fingerprinting and metadata of your ones and zeros that are on your disk. And you've heard mostly about our deduplication technologies and other things like that. So all of that goes back to the same core fundamentals of how our active file system works on the thing. So what I wanted to talk about today on the data protection side of things was what's important with backing up. It's not the ones and zeros that it's on the disk. That's easy. It's recovering these applications is what becomes the trickiest part of doing data protection. So we have a suite of tools called Snap Managers. The Snap Managers have the intelligence to go in and talk to each of these applications, such as Oracle, SQL, Exchange, all of those different ones, and put those applications into a quiesced state so that we can then take an array-based snapshot. Once we have that, then we can do anything with it. We can mirror it to the other side, we can vault it to a secondary site, and that even becomes compelling when we start talking about SRM as well.
Okay. So you're starting with a very simple diagram here. Why don't you tell us how this works?
Sure. If we've got two sites, we'll call it Site A and Site B, and you have a volume that lives in Site A and you want to replicate it, that would be what we have a lot of snap and flex words, right? So to help understand, snap mirror is replication, one-to-one replication, where whatever changes you make, for better or worse, on the source side are going to be replicated over to the destination side. The other one we have is called snap vault, where you can do a series of backups. After you create an initial baseline, you can then take a series of snapshots that are a lot like your incremental backups that you would traditionally use. But it's all disk to disk, it's all over the wire, and it has the intelligence to know, be deduplication aware is how we like to say it. Okay. So it's only going to take changed blocks with it, is the coolest part of it. All right. Okay.
So walk us through this on your diagram. Sure. What does this look like?
So yeah, I'll just hand it. Take it over. From Site A, you'll come over here and you'll do a mirror. You can do that. This will be your one-to-one that we call snap mirror, right? The other one that you can do is your vault, which I like to say is your incrementals. It'll be your equivalent to your 30 days of backup. The other cool thing that most of the storage vendors have at this point is their SRA. The SRA is the storage replication adapter that we use to integrate with VMware to sit SRM, Site Recovery Manager, on top of that, and be able to create relationships where Site Recovery Manager can tell the storage, hey, we're going to fail over from site to site, and then be able to recover that on the failover site. Now with the newer versions of SRM, there's even failback mechanisms. You don't have to do a lot of scripting like you used to. So all of this becomes a much more elegant solution once we get into it. Again, I just want to reiterate that the important thing about data protection, in my opinion, is being able to recover your applications. This is all, we've been doing this for years. There's nothing trick really about this. What's important is these. And with VMware specifically, since we're at VMworld, I always like to tell my customers, treat VMware just like you would any other application, any other tier 1 application. You have to back it up, you have to maintain it, you have to be able to recover it. So it requires babysitting, and it requires some special quiescing just like any of your other big tier 1 applications do.
So what kind of integration do you do specifically with VMware?
That's a great question. We have many
integrations.
The core one that we have is our VSC, or Virtual Storage Console, which is a plugin that goes right into the vSphere client. So both storage and virtualization or server admins can come in, do things directly on the virtual infrastructure, such as provision new data stores with a couple of mouse clicks. You can apply best practice settings to your ESX hosts that will extend timeouts to tolerate storage failovers and things of that nature. We also baked in our rapid cloning utility, which allows you to do things, deep integrations with View desktops, to redeploy hundreds or thousands. I think the most we've done right now is 50,000 a couple years ago. So really, really cool technology to get into. Please, if you're a NetApp customer, please go and get the VSC. Make sure you're using that. It will change your life.
Okay, Nick, thanks very much.
That was awesome. So, of course, you know what time it is now, viewers. It's unicorn time. Are you ready?
I have to draw a unicorn.
I have to draw a unicorn.
I love how they don't know this. Yes, unicorn time. Go, go. All right, you can commentate, Marcus.
Okay, this looks like the tail end of the unicorn. Do I have to draw one too? Do I have to finish it up or anything? Okay, and where's the horn? All right. You know, he needs to be smiling. Can we get like an eyes and a smile there? Does he need to have a rider on the unicorn? Or are we okay with just the unicorn?
I think that looks like a data protected unicorn. He's right. Oh, with a rider. Excellent. The unicorn is happy because he knows that no matter what the disaster is, he's ready. That's awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Marcus.
Amy?
And we'll see you next time here on engineersunplugged.com.